Well, hello, Grace Bible Church. Here we are with information on the proposed expansion of our facilities. Just want to let you have this available to you so you can review it anytime you want to. The church is growing. There's a lot of life and energy in the church, and so we need to do something about that. So here is the plan that has been approved by the building planning team and the board, and been working with the architect and the contractor. So let's talk about, first of all, the needs that we have. The stated needs by you, the congregation, are, of course, a larger auditorium. Things are very tight in the auditorium on Sunday mornings. And then secondly, secure nurseries near the auditorium. It's understood, particularly from visiting families, young families in the church, that they want to have the nurseries nearer the auditorium in case for children that need their parents. And then also a larger fellowship hall with a kitchen very near the fellowship hall. So those are the things that we were working towards, and we believe we have a good plan. It's going to come in 3 phases. The first phase will be the new construction on the north side of the building. Think of where the platform is in the auditorium. Just behind that, that's the north side of the building. And that new phase, that new construction, will be offices and a large kitchen. And so this is what, if you want to look at this is looking at the back of the building from the back parking lot. So this over here on the right is the new construction. So that would be the main entrance into the church offices. This would be looking at the new construction down there, looking at it from the front lawn. And of course, this is the atrium. We'll be covering that later. This down here in the bottom left is the new construction, looking at it from the sheds back there in the back parking lot. So if you look at this now on this over here, this is all this part over here is the new construction. This is the big kitchen right here. Offices over here, restrooms, and these are the church offices here. So all of that will be part of the new construction. Downstairs, just a 1-story level construction. And this is what the rendering from the architect, this is what it would look like. So this is looking at it from the back parking lot. This would be the main entrance into the office area. You keep going through and you'll go down to the kitchen, turn left, and you'll be going into the new fellowship hall. This is looking at the new construction. Say if you were out by near the sheds in the back parking lot, this would be the entrance into the counseling offices, is the rendering. So the second phase, then after that first phase is done, the second phase would be to open up the downstairs. So rooms 1 and 2, which are the nurseries, we take all of that out, the hallway out, open that whole area up, will become one large fellowship hall. So this is a schematic of the downstairs. Everything that's in blue, all this blue here that's rendered here, all of that is what's coming out. And that whole thing will become one large fellowship hall. So going back to this picture, this is all that open area. Right up here is where the nurseries were, and then this would be the hallway. So all of this is one large fellowship hall. There will be one beam going across here with these 2 columns holding it up. So that opens it up to a very large fellowship hall that we'll be able to use. And this here is also, this 6x6 area will be an elevator. So this is currently in room 4. So these 2 doors will be moved, and then this area will be designated as an elevator for those who need it in a particular time. And then the third phase takes us to the upstairs then, and everything here in blue is what is going to be removed, taken out, and demolished. So as you look at that, then that will translate into, this is the new auditorium. Of course, this over here is the roof of the new construction area where all the offices and the kitchen are. And then all of this is the new auditorium, seating approximately 296 people, so just under 300 people. This is a new atrium here with 2 doors going in to the auditorium, and then 2 doors going into the atrium from the exterior. You see the new bathrooms over here. This corner right here is where the current church office is, and then this up here is the new toddler nursery and the bathroom in between, and the infant nursery. There's a mother's room over here. This is where the lift comes up. This children's area is kind of mislabeled. It's just a lobby area, but you'll have a lot of activity there with people taking their kids to and from the nursery, people going to and from the restrooms, and so there will be a separate entrance into the nursery area, that whole children's area there. There is a prospect that we may widen the atrium and move this door over so that the entrance to this area is included in the atrium. We're still working on that though. So that's the floor plan for the upstairs. So that would be the third phase. This is what the new atrium, the front of the building, would look like from the front grassy area out there where the children play every Sunday morning. This is what it would look like in looking at the new atrium. And then, of course, this would be looking back to the north then. This is the new construction down here, and this will be kind of like a divider wall here because that roof line will be kind of low, and that will be a deterrent from people climbing on the roof. And so the time frames that we're looking at is it'll take about 4 months to secure, to draw up the plans, the actual blueprints, and then another 2 months for the blueprints, and then another 2 months for to secure all the permits. And by that time, we could be getting into real cold temperatures. And if the ground is too cold, we may have to wait until February to start building. So that means if we wait till February, it'll take about 4 months to build the first phase, which is the lower part where the offices and the kitchen are. And then it'll take another 3 months to build to demolish the downstairs and build the fellowship hall, and then after that an additional 3 months to finish building and renovating all of the upstairs for the new auditorium and nurseries. So from there, that's the floor plans. You can review that as often as much as you want. From this point, Dwight's going to be talking about the financial picture for the expansion.
Thank you, Rich. So we're looking at probably everything done, turnkey, have our first service in the new section would be into possibly close to the fall
Yes.
of next year.
Yes.
Okay. When we talk about turnkey cost, we're talking about everything completed. The building's ready to be moved into, ready to be used, everything's swept, everything's done, it's all clean, it's ready to be used at that point. They give you the key to the building and say, here, thank you very much, and we have our first service. We've been given a good solid quote of $2,271,983. So figure $2,280,000 would be the final turnkey cost to move into everything. We have worked closely with the architect and with the building firm, and they've identified significant ways that we can reduce this cost by doing work on this using in-house labor. We have many opportunities you can read this, you can see things on here. We have people here who have significant skill in these areas who will be able to do what is normally very expensive work. And there are things in here that we can have care groups tackle, floor cleaning, site cleanup, that kind of thing that we'll be able to use in-house. Doing that, we're estimating we should be able to reduce the cost by about $250,000 overall. So that will bring the cost down significantly for us. In order to pay for this, we do have $900,000 in cash that we have available. That's through our ministry expansion fund, building fund, other funds that we have cash on hand. So we have a project manager who will be handling all of the in-house project. That's Tim Clark. Tim has extensive experience, as all of you know. Many of you have used him for projects. Tim's very well capable of doing our in-house work, and he'll be managing that, be a liaison between us and the building company itself and the architect. So we're very, very fortunate to have someone with Tim's skills available and willing to do that for us.
So, with the cash on hand that we have, obviously well, the good news is we have enough cash on hand to finish the first phase of the project entirely. So we can start building on that right away as soon as we can with all the permits and drawings. And then while that is being built, then we can engage a capital campaign for the church, which the positive side of that is people are much more apt to give when they see something actually happening. So in the capital campaign, we will have to raise roughly about $1 million to pay for this, to finish paying for this whole project. Now it's going to be an in-house campaign. We will operate it ourselves because we do not want to use high-pressure tactics. We don't want to guilt anybody. We don't want to twist scripture, any of that. None of that's going to go on. But we do want everyone in the congregation participating in this because it's our church, right? It's your church. And so we want to make sure that that everybody feels like they are free to participate in this capital campaign and raising roughly about $1 million. And we can get started on that right away. So the next steps then are, first of all, you have questions, clarifications. You can review this video as much as you want, look at the pictures, and ask questions. As we say, questions are okay here. We've already had our first question and answer time, which was last Saturday on July 5th. We have another one scheduled coming up on August 2nd at 9:30 in the morning. And also, if you have questions, just feel free to call us. If we're available, we can take your call or make an appointment to come in. And I say make an appointment only because we can't just assume that we'll be here or that we'll be available to address your questions. So please be kind in that way. But questions are okay here, and we will make sure that we are as able as possible to answer your questions that you have. All right, so the church vote on this will be on September 7th. That's Sunday morning. It'll be right after the worship service on that Sunday, and it'll be a called business meeting. Our chairman will call the meeting to order, and then ballots will be handed out on this building expansion project by the congregation. So questions and clarifications after that, the next thing you can do is give to the building fund. We do have a building fund right now. There's approximately $145,000 in the building fund. Now that's not including what we have also in the ministry expansion fund. All that together we have approximately $900,000 that we can use. So you can give to the building fund through MyWell. If you have any questions about that, contact Dwight, or you can do it by writing a check. Make sure you write building fund in the memo line on that check. So this is our church. This is the Lord's church. This is He is growing His church. This is the plan that we have put together. We believe that this is by far the least expensive, most affordable way that we can meet the needs that have been communicated by the church. And so we ask you to be in prayer about this proposed expansion. As the Lord leads us and the Lord guides us, that He will also provide for us as well. We don't want to be limited. We don't want to limit God by what we can do. So let's just be in prayer about this, that God will lead us and provide for us in this, and that we as a church will be of one mind in this building expansion. Thank you for listening.